Hi, and thank you for watching Targeted West. This is DJ Chris. It is show number 149. It is the 26th of January 2025. How the month has flown by so quickly, it's amazing. The opinions of our guests are that of their own and not that of DJ Chris or Targeted West. Tonight we have Daniel Frankel, who is a friend of the targeted community and is offering people an ear and some therapy. So he's well known in the community for helping people, and also has, I believe, 2 masters. He's working on some more of his education in the future here, and is ready to help you. So we'll give you that information, of course, on the call and how you can contact him and all that. Again, we're here in Lodi. It's 51 degrees right now. I'm DJ Chris. I have V2K, and I've been targeted for 23 years. I decided to do a call 3 years ago to address V2K, and it just so happens Daniel, who's with me right now, also has V2K. So hello, without further ado, hello, Daniel Frankel. How are you?
Doing pretty well. Yeah, thank you for having me. Very, very nice to be on the call, and always nice to be here. Yeah, glad that I'm able to be here tonight and be your guest. And definitely, V2K has been with me for a while. I've had it for about 3.5 years, 4 years, 24/7, or not 24/7, but I've had it. I've been aware of it bothering me for the last 3.5 years, pretty much constantly. Like, it's like a thing that's you're always aware of, I guess, in my case. But yeah, I thank you. I do have 2 master's degrees, one in psychology and one in social work, and I am a practicing social worker. And yeah, I'm definitely nice to be here, and thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So you do work in social work for the community in your area, of course, and then you also provide services to the TI community, which is pretty good. You need to have a base to work with and have an income, because a lot of TIs don't have a lot of money, and sometimes all they can do is give you their time, and you're giving your time, and I think that's commendable. Talk a little bit more about your work, what you do during the daytime, if you can do that, if that's okay.
Sure. Well, I've had a shift recently. Right now, I'm doing more work with TIs. I have a pretty modest caseload right now, but I'm working with maybe 5 to 6 TIs a week right now, and trying to help them through their problems. I also am a licensed social work, so I'm kind of like venturing into the idea of doing, something else in that, area. But right now I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. I'm just kind of in a process right now of trying to decide my next steps. But currently I'm just working with TIs. I still am, a practicing social worker, and may start doing that in my community again. But right now, I'm just trying to focus on the TI community. It just seems like, for whatever reason, I seem to do better when I work with people in our community. So, glad to be here.
Yeah, there's a like-minded audience, basically, so they have the same issues as you do, so you relate with them.
Yeah, and believe it or not, it's a lot. It seems to be a better fit for me, and hopefully, I may grow. I'm trying to figure out how to navigate it, but it does seem to work better for me when I work with the community. So I'm glad I'm doing that. So trying that out. Also developing some stuff. I did develop a new product that is meant to help with pain. I'm still working on it right now, but I'll tell you more about that, when it's more finished. But I have this new product that I made that's meant to heal the brain, so I'm working on that too.
Well, that's interesting. And you also have a website, I believe, too, that you could share with us.
Yeah, it's the coverthealer.com. I'll put it in the chat if anyone wants to.
Thecoverthealer.com. If you could put that in the chat room, please, and I'll put that in the notes on the call, on the recording, of course, for you.
Thank you so much. And yeah, I'm putting my phone number as well if you want to call me. You know, so if you ever want to call, give me a call. If you're feeling bad, give me a call. But yeah, that is my website, and hopefully I'll have some new stuff on there. Still working on it, but I'll have some new stuff on there soon.
Well, that's great information. And you have a phone number that's listed. I see that in the chat room. We have Tranquilities here. I was saying hi to her. And you have your call on Wednesdays. Do you get few people that go to your call that end up contacting you and to get help? Hello, are you there? Hello, Daniel, are you there? Well, Daniel's site is acoverthealer.com. His call is every Wednesday. You can go to tievents.org to find out more. I think he got lost in the call here. We'll check the board and see if he's available. I don't know what happened. But there's the notes in the chat room for... oh, got you, Daniel. Where are you? We'll get you fixed up. Oh, I see that.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, that's odd. Yeah, I had no control over that. I'm the only moderator. Huh. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't remember what I was saying. Yeah. So, I have my. I mean, obviously, at the website, I should have some new stuff up there soon. So, yeah, that's something I'm excited about. And yeah, I'm gonna have a new. I'll have some. I'm thinking of putting one thing I'm gonna sell on the website that it's like this 10-unit device. But yeah, just I'm still working on it. But to answer your question, I do I do I do get a few calls from my call every month or so, probably about 4 to 5. But yeah, I'm definitely willing to help anyone who needs my help. I really like helping people, obviously.
Yeah, if you can do me a favor and give me your, would you like to give us your phone number on the recording so that when people hear it, they can contact you since they don't have access to the chat?
Sure, it's 917-579-5036. You can call me anytime. I'm always available if you're feeling like suicidal. I would definitely love to talk to you and help you. But I normally, I mean, anytime you need to call me, give me a call and we can talk about anything. So yeah.
That's quite an offering. That's incredible to do that for people. If you call Daniel for help, that's a great thing. I usually offer people 988 because I'm not a psychiatrist or therapist, so I give them that, which is the suicide hotline. But I only offer that at the end. But most times people calm down after they just have somebody listen to them. Because not a lot of people want to listen. But that's a good thing that you have that skill. That's a skill, is to just listen. That's all people want.
No, definitely. And I got a lot of training. Like you said, I spent a lot of time working on training and trying to figure out how to develop myself so I can be a better, person for whatever situations I'm in. And yeah, it takes a lot of work. I had to get 2 master's degrees going through this, and it's been very hard, but also in some ways very a lot of rewards have been I've gotten some good things out of this, some bad things. Definitely it's harder, but yeah, it's nice to be a part of the community.
And how did you find the TI community, if I may ask?
Oh, sure, sure. Well, it was kind of weird. I remember I was talking to this. It was on this call a while ago, and it was before some lady kind of brought up the idea that my symptoms may be, obviously not normal, but from a military operation or something. Or she was, I think she called it synthetic. Whatever she pretty much mentioned that it could be synthetic. So I called Kathy Meadows, believe it or not, and she pretty much told me that I was probably targeted, which I didn't know what that was at the time. So I looked up, Pack International. I ended up calling a few people, and then it started dawning on me that what I was going through was kind of like not exactly. It didn't match. I mean, there was this idea that what I was going through was based on this like technology that was somehow inside my body, and it was very, very scary. But after doing a few tests, I realized that it was all gaslighting, and then I obviously, I talked to people in the community. From that point, Kathy was, I found my way in, and it was an interesting experience, but I just, it was a tough one, but that's kind of, I mean, I ended up here after that. But it was kind of like.
And now you're here to help us. That's great to have someone to listen to us. You don't have that very often. Well, you're in the New York area, I believe. So you're on the East Coast. So people call, keep that in mind. And you have a website. Let's see what else. Let's go down the questions. You've talked about your passion. You're changing your passion, or you have more passion about other things now that you're looking at in your life to change it. Your call details. Can you give us just a little bit of information about your call that you have on Wednesdays and about what you say and do on your wonderful call?
Oh, sure, sure. Well, my call is, I guess it's about, it's pretty much about survival. So it's the idea of gratitude and science, how to survive as a targeted individual. So the idea is that I just want to help people, like, get through this. So the entire day of the call is to focus on positive things because it's so hard. I mean, they literally make it very hard to be positive with all the symptoms that people have. So, and I've done a lot of researching, and I mean, not a lot of things really seem to help besides gratitude, in my opinion. And like, because some people they can really be very taxing on you with all these everything that you have to go through if you have certain whatever. So I found that I just wanted to help people survive. So my call is just about pretty much hanging in there, surviving, and you know.
I do a lot of that too. People need it. You can talk technical all you want, or going to court and going to the congressman, but what about mental health? Got to address that because we're being attacked, and as you probably agree, a lot of us have PTSD.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's having to go through this. I mean, I never thought I didn't even know what PTSD was until I went through this. I mean, I thought that I had trauma before this, but trauma is it's like real trauma is quite different than what people think it is these days. I mean, it's a lot. I mean, they definitely are literally specialized in trauma in a way. So, and I guess in some ways it's about getting a person to do what they want them to do, no matter what, and that it can be very scary. And obviously, there's a lot of fear there. So it's very. I mean, I wish it was easier to deal with, but there's definitely something there to that. But it's very common to have PTSD from this. It's very common to have, it's just what really matters is how much are you thinking about your past in the day. But I mean, it just can be hard. Like when it's all about pretty much just finding a way to get away with this. That seems to be what they care about, and they're willing to do almost anything. So I guess my take on this is just try and make people feel like, they have somewhere of going where it's safe and in a place where it's not going to change easily. So I think that's the good thing about the calls, at least, is that they can at least offer a safe haven for to try and help with some of the symptoms from PTSD. And I mean, these symptoms are so unusual. It's crazy. I mean, so it's good that we can always be here together.
Yeah, and you're always there every week, like clockwork, and I appreciate that because I enjoy your call too, and I'm there every week myself. I know Jax goes, and we really enjoy it. We're really a couple of big supporters of yours, and we're glad you're doing this for people. Really appreciate that. So what? Let's see. You did a video with Pax. If I could ask real quickly how that went.
Oh, sure. Yeah, if you guys want to see the video, it's I think Derek's in an email. Yeah, it was a cool call. We were talking about you know, yeah, I think it was me and I think
Kathy Meadows.
Kathy Meadows and another lady who wants to remain anonymous. And we talked about like how to address families during the holidays. So I was it was nice to be part of it. I mean, I think that we all try to show that it's just there's a lot to being part of a family with someone who's going through this, and that it's hard for other people to understand. It's hard for them to accept it. It's just not a lot of information for them to find that supports what you're saying. I mean, almost everything that's in the world is literally, it's like everything seems to just can't be possible. So, it's for you're not.
If you don't live with your family, then why have to tell them everything anyway? So.
Yeah, definitely.
Why burden? That's part of being self-aware and mindful. That takes a whole skill all of its own, which I'm still learning. But I have good luck with my family. But I don't talk a lot about targeting either. I talk about regular stuff.
And that's the hard part. I mean, which is it's good though. Like to talk about normal things is, especially like it's something that needs to be kind of like not only practiced, but if you want to start with that, if you can, you want to start with talking about normal things, because once you, I mean, there's habits, and your brain will change over time if you do something too many times. So it's definitely a good idea to work on, entering into any new situation with like that. I mean, doing that, because that can make a huge difference.
And try not to talk about the past and who did this and who did that, because that just never ends well no matter what, because everybody's got an opinion of everything that happened in everyone's life, and I don't talk about it. I've walked away, and I only talk about future things, and it really makes a difference in the phone calls. But I make it a point every Friday to call my cousin, and even if I'm not feeling like it, I do. And if I don't feel like it, I text her, but I do it every Friday. I have 2 or 3 people I call on Friday, and that makes me feel good that I'm reaching out, because I get lonely too as I turn 65 here. And I need to talk to people too. I'm glad to have you to talk to. If I ever needed to do a quick call, you're there. I really appreciate that, Daniel. We'll see what else. And you have contact information you just shared. Can you share your contact information one more time, your website and do you have an email address too that you can share, and the phone number?
Sure. I'll put it in the chat, then I'll say it out loud. But yeah.
Thank you for Spotify, and we are also on Rumble now, so we'll be playing that there.
Sure. So my phone number I'll go with first is 917-579-5036. My website is thecoverthealer.com, and my email is Daniel Frankel, same way as it's spelled, with the FRANKL 2477@gmail.com. You can email me about anything, or if you want a session with me. There's also a link on my website to message me at the bottom. If you want to message me, just scroll to the bottom, and you'll see a way to message me there. So that's one option. But yeah, you can call anytime.
And your website is thecoverthealer.com.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Anything you'd like to talk about? We still have quite a few minutes left of the interview. I hope we didn't spill all the beans in one quick session here, but most people
No, no.
listen to most of it at the beginning anyway as they drop off and go to another video. But is there anything you'd like to talk about? What are your wishes to do for 2025? What gets you going for the next year?
Well, I mean, so I'm trying to work on a device that's meant to heal the brain.
Yeah, tell us more about that. What's that about?
So there's this thing that's been around since about 2012 called coordinated reset, or 2003 4, and it's one way of healing the brain with using like vibration or sound. It's kind of a slow process, but if you wear like gloves, for instance, if I can help heal your brain, I wear these gloves all the time that are based on this formula. It's like this mathematical formula that's meant to stop, mental illness or whatever. And I found that, it really helps with some of the symptoms when you wear the gloves from the study. So I'm trying to make one for pain by using pretty much a modified TENS unit that uses the same formula but to target the pain regions of the brain. So it's something I thought of. It's a little bit of a kind of a, I mean, I guess you could say I'm a little bit of a nerd in my own way, but it's something that I'm hoping when you put it on or when you try it, it should help deal with some of the awareness issues and pain issues and stuff like that. And in another nerdy way, I've also created an entire therapy myself. So that's something I've done as well. It's like this image-based therapy that I created that seems to help people sometimes. But yeah, I'm hoping for this year to be able to work on some stuff and maybe, I don't know, find some sort of homeostasis. That's like my goal. I just want to find balance and feel like if I can wake up one day feeling the same as the day before, that would be like my dream come true.
Yeah, because you were telling me you got negative. Yeah, we all get this negativity put upon us by the remote mind control, and it eats me up sometimes. And I know you keep away from that as I do. It happens with a lot of TIs, and I'm glad you're keeping positive and looking forward.
Yeah, it's hard, but definitely. I mean, the problem is it's just you never really know you can't predict these kind of things based on anyone else's, lives. So it's like what do you do? Because it's like you don't really know whatever is going to happen next. So it just makes it kind of like really difficult to deal with, obviously. So, and that, that's something that I want to see if I can find any solution to. Something that makes this more predictable would be amazing. It's just so unpredictable and so, which again is just it's hard to deal with as I mean, typically humans aren't used having to I mean, there was never anything like this, so it makes it even harder because there was nothing like it. It's like I guess it's harder to find solutions to it, but I think that clearly there are solutions out there. We just got to keep looking. So yeah, but I mean, it's a little bit of a journey. I mean, I just want to I'm kind of looking forward to more advanced this year and trying things and trying to take risks. Like even when I feel like I'm, I guess there's always this like element of like, am I who I was, and then trying to find a way of like turning that into like I can still be productive in my own way.
Gotcha. Well, great. We do have a quick message from our friends at Cyber Shield. If you don't mind taking a moment, Daniel, and check it out.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, great. Can you crack code? Well, check it out. Here's Jax with Cyber Shield.
Do you have a box of worthless shielding material that doesn't work? Have you paid professionals only to come out on the short end of the stick? Well, your life is about to change. Visit cybershieldinfo.com to crack the code on a shielding device that actually works. The Cyber Shield is a computer that fights the perps with a dose of crack code. Would you like to have an in-person demonstration of the Cyber Shield? Come to the San Francisco Bay Area and Silicon Valley for a free demo. Get your Cyber Shield at cybershieldinfo.com. That's cybershieldinfo.com, and change your life.
Many people have had great experiences with the Cyber Shield, so go to cybershieldinfo.com. Thank you. Back to Daniel. And of course, you are going to put this device, once it's completed, on your website to be available?
Yeah, I will. And I definitely will have it up. And I guess I'll give out the first 10 are going to be like the trial run. So hopefully I'll get some testimonials from those and put those on the website as well. But yeah, I have an order coming in from Sri Lanka soon. I ordered 10 units, so there'll be 10 ready to order probably within about 40 days, and I'll be shipping them out in 60 days. So yeah, it should be cool. I found that there seems to be one of the only ways to deal with this is going after neurons as opposed to kind of neurotransmitters, which is it's kind of like it's kind of interesting, but a lot of this stuff that has to do with it's not what typical psychiatrists go after, in my opinion. It's more of the function rather than the transmission, I guess you could call it. So they seem to have a way of changing function as opposed to changing out things like the transmitters that are being released. I mean, they can go after like dopamine and stuff, but yeah, it's kind of like a device meant to deal with that. It's meant to go after the more of the the function as opposed to the transmission, which is kind of like a.
So what, do you have a price point, any type of price point you're looking at for this device? And do you have a name for it yet?
It should be about $500 to buy, including that should theoretically include shipping as well, unless you're like in Canada, or it costs like $80 to send it to you. So yeah, it should be about $500. It's a very useful device in my opinion. I mean, it's definitely much more effective than a TENS device. I've tried TENS devices and I've tried this, and this seems to have much more of a punch. I would say it's probably about 10 to 20 times more effective because of the pauses. You kind of need pauses to counter pathology. So mental disorders kind of normally don't have pauses, and this device has pauses, meaning it's literally meant to counter like mental issues. A lot of people don't know this, but neurons that are constantly firing will connect, and if you have pauses, it can help them disconnect. And if you kind of overpower a signal with something that has a pause, it can make a huge difference. So that's useful to know. There's also a specific timing to it that should be coded in. So hopefully it'll make a little bit more of a difference than like trying a TENS stimulator. So,
are you going to use this on non-targeted individuals too, or is this targeted towards us only?
Well, I mean, most people don't have trouble with pain, but it should work with fibromyalgia. It should work with lots of conditions that have to do with pain. It has
it's like a neural stimulator, perhaps.
Yeah, it's a stimulator meant to reset the pain pathways in the brain. So there's a lot of noxious stimuli or shock. I mean, electricity has a little bit to do with pain. They're kind of in a similar pathway in the brain. So if you use electricity, you can actually activate the pain regions, and it should help deal with pain. So just kind of my nerd is coming out again. Yeah, it should help with pain, and it should work with any pain condition. I'm not sure yet though, so I have to test it. But when I went to NYU, I had a few friends there who had pretty bad pain conditions. So I'll probably have them try it and let me know. But yeah, I definitely I hope it works. It'd be awesome if it can work, if it works very well. I mean, it worked for me, but that hopefully it kicks in for everyone else too.
Yeah, that would be incredible. Let's see, what else did you want to talk about? Did you ever think about writing a book, or is that in the works? I think we talked about that before, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, I used to be a writer before this all started, believe it or not. I don't usually talk about it because I used to be a fiction writer. I used to publish books and stuff and do like web novels, but yeah, I kind of want to try.
That's what I do. I just wrote a fiction novel. Yeah, I'm finishing one right now. It's going to be on Amazon in spring.
Sweet. Well, I mean, I was thinking of writing a book about trying to make target individuals seem more human. So that's something that I definitely want to write. Kind of like, I feel like the language in the TI community sometimes is kind of, I feel like we kind of get dehumanized, and I learned a long time ago the value of humanizing people with like language. So I kind of want to write a book about how to use appropriate language in the TI community to help people feel better. There's this idea that we're being stringent on, and we're not, like sometimes it seems like we're being talked about in a way that we're less than human, at least out of the community. And I feel like humanizing us is like, we're human beings, and these are very odd, neurologically strange conditions that need to be, we need to be treated as such. I mean, and we're humans, and none of these symptoms have existed before in this order. And because, one of the, it's just strange, and we kind of, hopefully will that can be addressed in something I want to write about, how we're humans and not, we're not animals, we're very, very, we're humans that are only around once, and it'd be nice if we, there was some of the restrictions were loosened, it's kind of what matters.
Great. And what do you have planned for the next month? Are you going to have more interviews on your call, or are you going to have some lectures and talk about certain topics? Do you have any plans in your mind?
Well, I definitely want to try and keep going with my call and maybe get another guest. I don't know who yet to ask, but yeah, I do want to try and have another guest speaker coming up soon on my call. And
were you thinking about doing a Monday call or something also?
Oh, I was. I might make it now. I might do a Tuesday call now, or Tuesday and a Wednesday. So I was thinking, I don't know.
No, 2 nights, 2 days a week. That would be great.
Yeah, I kind of want to do that. Just it makes me feel better when I have a call, because I feel like I don't know, I feel more active. So
it gives you structure too. If you're not have a structured day that day, it gives you structure. Yes, that's what I like about it.
Yeah, so I want to try and do that. And that'll be really important. And then trying to start some habits that match my current situation. I think writing is a great one. Probably writing a little bit every day. Exercise. I want to try and go out more and go for jogs and stuff. Just kind of like readapt, I guess, at this point. Reevaluate my current situation. I think that's the hardest part, is realizing that you kind of have to like adjust to where you are, even though you don't want to sometimes. And that's kind of like my next move, is try and figure out like what my next realistically measuring what my next 6 months are going to be like, and come up with a plan for that. So I think that's what I think moving forward, I want to try and map out probably like a good 4 or 5 months of plans, and then kind of like go with that.
That would be great. That's good that you plan it out. That's what I do also, long-term planning. And then I get input from people and go from there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things I wanted to do too. I am planning on trying to make a device for the tongue that, this is going to sound kind of weird. I want to make a device that lets you daydream through your tongue. I'm working on that. It's kind of complex, but I want to make a device that sends the input into your tongue through like an electric signal. But pretty much, I know it's going to sound strange, AI-generated daydreams to try and counter some of the symptoms that they cause. Because one of the regions that they target is related to that. So I want to try and create a tongue device that creates daydreams to try and help activate a part of the brain that counters these symptoms. So that's a cool project I have coming up. A little bit out there, but you just got to try stuff.
Is there something on the market like that right now, or is this something that you're doing exclusively? And if so, have you patented it and copyrighted everything?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely have to make it myself. It's a lot of stuff that I do. It only works for TIs, because a lot of our symptoms are very, not a lot of people know this, but we have a very, very, we're almost like our own class of people. I mean, I would say we're the opposite of normally mentally ill people because of the brain regions involved, which, yeah, so it would definitely be something I'd have to create. It's called sensory substitution. It's when you take a sense and you add it, you change it to what it does, or sorry, enhancement. So I would just pretty much making the tongue have almost like an image played on it, but it would be of a daydream. And I guess, when you're stressed out, you would put this on your tongue and it would help you like plan your life through generated daydreams. Pretty much just like using, text to generate something that you want to think about, and these images would appear on through your tongue into your head that would let you calm down and like, take a breath of fresh air, I guess.
Well, that's quite interesting. Will you tell us more about this? Well, it looks like we have a question, someone *6, and it's Jessica. Let's see what Jessica has to ask you. Is that okay?
Sure, go on.
Oh. Hi, Daniel.
Hello,
I'm
Jessica.
looking forward
How are you? Come on in.
Oh, well, very, very stressed. I am under complete attack and had to leave my cabin. I'm in a hotel, have secured my room, but I've had drones out every night and I have videos of that and then EMF readings. And then I got a positive scan with John Kingston. Very scared, very fearful because I'm getting the energy hits like you wouldn't believe, and to the point where I'm going to throw up or whatever. I guess my question is not, I guess you gave me some of the stuff like how to contact you, but how do you know of like a safe community of TIs? I heard there's one in Texas. I had talked to Igor and am wondering how to get involved in that. I really just need to be in a safe place right now. I am under severe attack. I have marks all over my body. I have nodules in my upper plate, my breast plates. I am trying to find a doctor here right now, but I'm waiting for that electromagnetic report from John. I should be getting it in a couple days. Do you have any advice on that? And then just how can I go about this? I mean, I've done the TENS unit. I'm using copper to ground. Works really, really well. I'm sorry, I'm asking a lot, but I'm overwhelmed. I'm really overwhelmed.
And I get it. Well, I don't know. I think that, well, first off, I guess I'd have to talk to you to know more a little bit about it, because I'd have to do like I don't quite, I know you're overwhelmed and I know you're stressed, but I still don't know your symptoms yet. So maybe, I don't know if you want to call me so I can talk to you more about this.
Sure.
Because it's hard. I think that I would never underestimate something simple like Dave Case's CD. That packs quite a punch. It blocks some of the pathway of sound through the ear. So I would try his CD if you haven't tried that yet. If you can
try what?
Dave Case's CD.
Oh, Dave Case's CD. Yeah, that's one I haven't tried. I've tried True Tone music, and that's helped with the V2K. With the electromagnetic shocking, however, that does not help. And so I have to do certain things in order to kind of get it to stop for a little while, or to ground myself, using Faraday and lead aprons and all kinds of stuff. It is severe. I'm in desperate need of, like I said, a safe place. Do you know of a safe community that is like for TIs?
I don't. As of right now, I don't know, like, if there is one. I think the one in Texas is definitely a place. I would try the CD. If you can try that, that will help.
Okay.
And don't underestimate it. It's very, very effective. And also, even though you're feeling shock in your body, it has to get into your body, and a lot of this stuff, it has a lot to do with your how sound travels into your head through RF, at least part of it. So Dave Case's CD kind of.
Yep, go ahead. I was going to say, I ordered a Silent Night. It got redirected. I had tried it at the Colorado conference. It worked amazing. But my concern here right now is these EMF readings, these radiation hits that I'm getting that make me puke and make my dog sick. It is insane, and I'm really, really scared. And it's like with these drones outside, I can't even call the cops, right? Because they're going to just be like, what? And the drones will probably split. But I have them on video. I literally have them on video. But I might just say, I don't know, that I'm getting bothered here again at the hotel because they were just outside here, and that's what they do to me is, they do whatever they can to get to me, and it's, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I'll try the Dave KCD. I mean, I've tried so many different things.
That would be good. Now, the website for that, Daniel, can you say it on the microphone for Dave Case's CD for the recording?
Sure, it's anti-tinnitusb2k.com. I really like. Dave Case's was Dave Case CD was one of the first things I used, and it actually helped me with a lot of symptoms. So yeah, I would try that. Obviously, all the other stuff I can tell you, it might take a little longer because I would have to find more out about like where you're at in life and what's been happening.
Yeah, I think Jessica can call you, and I think that would be perfect, Jessica, if you could do that.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. And thank you for your show too, Chris.
No worries. We're going to switch modes now and take questions from the audience. Do you have a question? You have a question for Daniel? Come on in. It's DJ Chris and Daniel. Come on in.
I got one. I got a question.
Come on in. Go ahead.
Daniel, I've been using the TV remote control to get the drones off of me, and it works. Did you ever try that before?
No, that's interesting. What do you mean?
Well, the infrared light on the TV remote, I found out if you just press the mute button, because I carry the remote around everywhere I go. And I press the mute button and I aim it at the drones, and they disappear real quick.
Oh, that's very interesting. Never heard of that. Yeah, that's cool.
Well, thank you for that, Deb K. We need to go to the next question now.
Okay, great.
Next question for Daniel, please.
I don't have a question, but there's a caller. Instead of calling the police, you should try going down to the police station and file a complaint. I think it's a lot better doing it that way than calling the police. And show them your evidence, and they'll make the determination whether or not they'll file a complaint or not. That's the best way. Don't call the police.
Okay. Yeah, you just be, obviously you want to be careful with how many times you go to the police as well. But yeah, just if you have anything credible, obviously the police are there to they're there for a reason.
Yeah, and calling the police reduces the value of your property. My realtor told me, so be careful calling the police at your property. Even if you don't own it, it could affect whoever owned the property when they resell. Yeah,
just go down to the police station. Go down to the police station and try to file a complaint. If you say you have drones and video, go down to the police station and show the woman or the gentleman there's somebody that'll take your complaint. And I think that's the best way. And I don't think they'll lock you up as a crazy at the police station, I think. So you don't have to worry about that.
Thank you for that, Lano.
If you call the police, they may do it.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for that. Next question for Daniel for the interview here with Daniel Frankel. Come on in. Well, I guess that completes our interview. We will switch to the book club now, if you don't mind, Daniel. Do you want to hang out for a while in case someone has a question after the book club?
Sure, yeah. I'll be here for
a few more minutes. Yeah, a few more minutes would be great. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you again for your time. Again, Daniel has a call on Wednesdays, soon Tuesdays and Wednesdays. A lot of things going on, thecoverthealer.com. check him out. If you're watching this on your favorite recording or your favorite platform, thank you. Click like, subscribe, and make a comment. And, of course, get his information if you'd like to contact him. If you need to talk, he's there for you. Thank you again, Daniel. We're going to go ahead and switch to book club mode. And that's our trusty book club that we've had now for several years. It's actually longer than you might think, believe it or not.
It's time for the TI Book Club, where every book opens a door to new worlds and shared journeys. Here, we uncover hidden gems, specially selected for TIs, and always within your reach. Be part of a community that reads together, grows together, and sees the world through the same lens. Don't just listen to stories, live them with us. Join now at bookclubs.com/TIBookClub/join, and let's turn the pages of adventure together.
And if you're watching this recording, we're showing the adult coloring book available on Lulu. We'll be playing that recording too. That's part of the book club, is the coloring club. Believe it or not, coloring helps people with PTSD. I didn't know it. I do have PTSD. I know everybody in this call that's targeted has it. Deb K is showing right now how she's coloring one of the pages. Jax is showing the cover of it. Order it now. It's at lulu.com. It's the adult coloring book. DJ Chris, you can't miss it. It's called Beach Day. That helps keep the lights on here at Targeted West. Now for the book club. Tonight's book club is God, Universe, and I, parts 1, 2, 3, and 4. Criminal Psychodrama by Phyam Nguyen, and that's Phiem Nguyen. It's a personal diary of her experiences as a TI. It's basically a personal diary with very vague pictures that are hard to understand. So she tries to tell a story with the pictures and her descriptions, but all it is a diary. There is no meat to it. I don't really highly recommend spending the money. It's a couple bucks, but I would pass. I gave it a 6 for trying. It's a good diary story. If you want to read someone's diary about what they're going through, that would be a good pick for you. That's this week's book club entry. We are at 193 members. No fooling around anymore. This has been a club since 2016. It's officially on bookclubs.com. You can join now for free, like the recording said. And there's 178 books in the library. So there's got to be a book you don't have. And I spend a couple hours a day looking for new books. So check it out. We'll see what else we have. Let's see what time it is. 6:48. We're going to switch to open mic. And you can come on in and talk if you'd like. And, of course, at the top of the hour, we'll play a message for TI events. And we'll go from there. So anyway, it'll be uninterrupted to the top of the hour. And then the recording will end. And we'll watch Deb K painting or coloring her coloring book, which is how she got from lulu.com. Anyway, open mic. Star 6 if you want to talk.
Is Jessica still there?
I think she is. Jessica, are you still here?
Oh, she must be muted or something.
I'm still here.
There
Hi.
she is.
Hey, Jessica,
Hi.
I think I can help you with all that. You wouldn't believe how I'm targeted. I help a lot of people. And just for helping them, I get tortured the worst you can imagine.
Yeah.
And are you on TikTok?
Well, I appreciate any help. No, I don't go on TikTok. My phone is completely compromised again. This is my 7th phone. I have another phone But I wait until they're totally inoperable, where everything's been hacked. I mean, they just get in to my stuff. I know I'm being sedated at night. It's really, really, it's just such an uneasy feeling, but I've gotten used to. I'm a fighter. I mean, I've been fighting this. I'm not giving up. I'm going to stand strong. I'm going to be a grandma. I'm 51 years old. I mean, I've tried to keep my youth and stuff, but they've aged me 10 years, So, but I mean, I've got a lot of great advice too with all the stuff that I've had to do. I learned a lot of the stuff on my own, and just to get a little clarity earlier, I did the copper wire. And what is that?
This is a copper cone. I make them. They're called radar reflectors, and I call it the copper part. And see this opening right here?
Yeah.
Put it back. The drones don't even like it.
Really?
And I aim it up.
I love it.
And this end right here, you point towards you to get the frequencies off. And my cat loves it because when he's targeted, I leave 2 of them at home. He lays in front of the cones. Oh, there's your puppy.
It's cute. Those are my puppies, and then I've got the Faraday fabric over there. I have a lot of stuff back at the cabin, but everything of mine has been tampered with. I have a whole box, and I try to give it to the police. They're putting a graphite powder. It's called Gophrine from my research, and it's a conductive powder. And also, they're using some kind of spray. It smells like an awful lye smell, and it's in my medications. And I'm like, can't you test this? And this town is so small, they don't have the right people to test it. But I'm like, this is a violation of my rights. Somebody tampering with my medications, I mean, we're talking not just my vitamins and my coppers and my chlorophyll, all the stuff I do for grounding, just like your copper cone. But they switched it out.
You see that light? That's an infrared light remote. And you point that at the drones right now. Go outside and do it.
Huh?
They do not like it.
I don't have infrared on mine because I'm in a hotel, so that kind of sucks. But I do have a blue light.
You can. That's okay. That works too. It just comes up blue. But you can point it at the ceiling in your place. Go back and forth. They'll feel it. That's how I get rid of them. And I bought these little cameras. I'll show you these little cameras that I bought. I'm not going to take up a lot of your time. I'm just giving you some ideas for
now. Yeah, no, we've got to let other people talk, but I appreciate it. Well, you know what? You give me your email so that we can talk some more. Or your phone. Can you do that?
Oh, are you in the chat?
Yep. Yeah, put it in the chat for me, and I'll put mine.
Yes, and then you can.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
You guys can hook up. That would be great. Thank you. It's open mic. We have a new affiliate program here at Targeted West through Less EMF. If you shop with them, I'd appreciate if you're listening to this recording that you go to lessemf.com/AFFID = Targeted West DJ Chris, and that will get you on to my affiliate page where I get a small percentage of your sale, which helps keep the lights on here at Targeted West. If you're listening to this recording, I appreciate it. We're now on Rumble. That's the other good news. So Rumble is our second week. We've been on BitChute for 3 years. YouTube we started, of course, almost 3 years ago. And all of these shows, of course, are available at archive.org for you to download and use at your leisure or edit if you want. Anyway, it's open mic if you'd like to come in and talk. You can wait till the recording ends at the top of the hour, or you can talk now.
Hi, DJ Chris. This is Alan.
Hello, Alan. How are you? Come on in.
Hi. I really appreciate your chats. Thank you. They are always very encouraging. I'm more optimistic with this with Kash Patel and the changing of the FBI and the intelligence groups and the new CIA. I think there's a real, with them talking about the taking down of the deep state and the right terminology. I mean, I think Anna Toledo was talking about that and showing a section, or it might have also Len Bear, Dr. Bear was, they were showing there was a section of one of his books talking about there needs to be another church commission like the one in 74, 75. And
Right.
it's with their knowledge of what's going on behind the scenes, whether if it's Palantir or brain computer interface Savannah syndrome, and and it's, however they want to phrase things. There's a real that they are admitting this is bad, and hopefully a real change, hopefully a conscience and a respect of human rights.
I agree, because my targeting says it's the FBI, and they sound like the DOJ COPS program, which is Community-Oriented Police Service, started in '94. Biden signed it into law with Clinton.
Oh, with Clinton, okay. So he was part, because I know he did that apology in '95, but I didn't know that he was a part of that.
Yeah, he created a whole new ball of wax and put everybody in prison for small amounts of crack cocaine, where an executive can have a pound and go to rehab.
Wow. Okay. No, that is something. Anyway, that's is that I have more optimistic, and hopefully with the change in that, hopefully they will stop it or beat it down, and hopefully and not introduce it into, or at least shut anything down in Space Force or whatever they want to call it. We'll put the pressure on in Colorado. Anyway, thank you.
Oh, thank you, Alan. Thank you for your input. You're welcome to come by anytime and talk. It's open mic. Anybody else would like to talk? Come on in.
Hi, DJ Chris.
Hello. How are you? Come on in. I hear you fine. Come on in. Hello.
Hi, I'm Daylene in Chicago. I love your program, by the way. It's so comforting to me. I just wanted to say that Cash Patel, I'm very encouraged by him too, but he needs to be approved. He's been nominated, but I believe he still needs to be approved, and that can take weeks or months. So none of the Democrats will vote for him, so we have to pray that all of the Republicans do. He wrote the book Government Gangsters, and he wrote that book because he was targeted, and he wanted to know if anyone else was too.
I need to add that book. I need to add that book to the book club. Thank you for bringing that up.
Government Gangsters is the name, and he was the chief of staff.
Yeah, I'll check that out. Thank you. We don't usually get political, but when it comes to the FBI and DOJ, you have to be, because this is a matter of life or death, and I know this is coming from them or contractors that work for them.
And when you read that book, you'll identify with everything in it. It's like by the book for what we go through, by rote almost, but it was at a political level. It's quite interesting. And so I just hope everyone prays he is indeed approved for that position. He will make a big difference.
Well, thank you for your input.
I heard.
Hello.
I heard like John Radcliffe or somebody like that. I think that's his name. Actually got the appointment.
Oh no. He's good, but oh my gosh.
Yeah, I have to look the guy up. I don't know anything about him.
Boy, that was quick.
I think Cash Patel was. I listened to his story he told about him being targeted too.
Yes, he spoke up to his superiors and said that what they were doing was wrong to the citizens, and they turned around and targeted him. He didn't know it until 5 years later.
That's right, and Google or someone told him they had to admit it by law or something, So he was shocked. Even while he was in the government, he was being targeted.
That's something. How many more are?
Well, everybody's targeted these days, and when the $500 billion Stargate program starts with Peter Thiel and the other group of people that are involved in it, then you're going to have total brain control with AI that's going to watch your behavior all day. That's what they want, is an AI autonomous, technocratic world. Anyway, it's open mic if you'd like to talk before the recording ends. We're talking about Sabrina Walls in the chat room. Come on in. Hi, how are you?
About all of it, so it's just a lot. And I can't get any rest, and I'm like driving and so tired. I'm yawning while I'm driving because of the noise campaigns and stuff. It's just awful. I don't know if anybody else is going through it. If they live in an apartment, it's just gone over the top. And just appreciate your prayers, please. Just really would appreciate your prayers.
You're welcome. Prayers to you, CC. No worries. It's all good. And yeah, I used to live in apartments, and they were no fun.
Anybody else going through it right now? Because it's pretty bad.
It's open mic if you'd like to talk. Come on in.
Hi, Chris. This is Kim.
Hi, Kim. How are you? Come on in.
Oh, hi. Thank you for the call. And I wanted to let everybody know that Anna has some examples of letters that can be mailed out to our congressman and other people, and she has some affidavits from that Mr. Gunderson, I believe is how you pronounce his name, affidavits and copies. All you have to do is print it and to get a copy of that and give it to your senator or congressman. We're hoping it can be or she was hoping to make it a law that we cannot ever have these kind of programs in America. So by educating Congress and the Senate about it, it could be helpful to help our vote go through.
That would be great. That's super. Thank you for saying that about Anna.
Oh, sure. Thank you.
Okay, well, we're going to end the recording now, and we're going to switch to open mic with no recording. Thank you for watching your favorite platform. Thank you for your watching on Rumble. Please like, subscribe, and comment on Rumble. Let's build this channel up, like the BitChute channel and the YouTube channel and Spotify. Let's get it built up. Like, subscribe, comment. Thank you again for watching, taking your time. Thank you for being on the show, Daniel, and we'll see you on this recording next week with a new recording every week. Thank you.